Hello and welcome to Allegedly Astrology. Each week we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
Thanks so much to everyone for listening to our show. If you want to support us, you can leave us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
And if you do leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and DM us a screenshot of your review, we'll make you a custom meme of your big three and send you a quick write-up about it.
We also have a very cool and exclusive Patreon, so if you want more awesome astrology content, join us at patreon.com/allegedlyastrology.
And make sure you follow us. We're Allegedly Astrology on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and Allegedly Astro on Twitter. You could also visit our website, allegedlyastrology.com, to learn more about us and the show.
And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can email me at astrologyreadingsbydana@gmail.com, and that email is linked in the show notes, and I'll be getting back to readings within the month.
Chic.
All right, so Dana, what are we talking about today?
Alix Earle versus Alex Cooper.
Yes. Girl fight.
So if you don't know, or maybe you don't care about the Alix versus Alex war, this would be a great episode to listen to if you just want to learn some quick tips about interpreting annual perfections and navigating synastry with business partners and friends.
And if you do care about it, buckle up because we're going to break it down.
Yes. All right. So Alix Earle, and her name is spelled Alex, A-L-I-X, and Alex Cooper is spelled the regular way, A-L-E-X.
The IX.
So crazy to me.
I don't know anybody else who spells like that. Has set the internet aflame. They're huge mega influencers, but the two former friends are feuding. No one really knows why. Alex Cooper has been a little bit vague, and Alix Earle hasn't responded, but Alex Cooper noticed Alix Earle kind of liking some anti-Alex Cooper comments, called her out on it. Alix Earle hasn't responded, but that has not stopped people from speculating, people close to the two offering their take on the situation. Everybody wants a piece of this. Everyone's getting involved. So let's learn more about them and their astrology.
So who are they? I'm going to refer to them as Cooper and Earle because otherwise Alex and Alex will be very weird. So Alix Cooper is a 31-year-old internet personality, best known as the host of the Call Her Daddy podcast that she started with her former co-host, Sophia Franklin. And that podcast was acquired by Barstool Sports.
Yes. The two girls then had a falling out about the deal that they had with Barstool. It was a messy situation, but Alex decided to continue on with Call Her Daddy, originally with Barstool. Now she has a huge show with Sirius XM, but it's definitely evolved into more of an interview style podcast where she interviews celebrity guests ranging from Kim Kardashian to Michelle Obama. Most recently, she was featured on Hannah Montana's 20th anniversary special, which she produced, and interviewed Miley Cyrus. It's definitely evolved from talking about boys and sex and dating to this huge sort of mega interview platform.
And because of that shift, Cooper has become what many consider to be the Oprah of the podcast generation. Time magazine called her the most successful woman in podcasting. She's Spotify's highest earning female podcaster and the second highest paid podcaster behind only Joe Rogan, which I didn't realize what a big deal she actually was because I just don't listen to Call Her Daddy, and I didn't get swept up in the OG version, which now that I know about it, I feel like I would prefer over what is happening now.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But what's her birth chart like?
Okay, Alix Cooper was born on August 21st, 1994 at 5:28 a.m. in Trenton, New Jersey, and she has a Leo sun and rising and an Aquarius moon. So
she's so Leo.
She's so Leo.
Really tracks.
And also, just the rest of her chart is also pretty perfect for podcasting. So her Leo sun and rising, the Leo's a celebrity, the center of attention, always in the spotlight, even when they'd rather lay low. So it's like Leos are uncomfortable when they're not in control of the attention they receive often. And I think I'm defending.
I feel like that's like a foreshadowing.
Yeah, seriously.
I think Leo's, this is also, I feel she gets a lot of hate, but I think it's mostly because she's a woman, honestly, not less so because she's a Leo. But it's like Leos think they're the best, but they also think that everyone else thinks that they're the best. Does that make sense? They think everyone thinks that they're the best. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why they're like that. And Aquarius moon, this is like feeling like a freak despite a glamorous and elusive aura, but also being able to reach a lot of people. And
I
also,
feel like you could see that. Like, I watched her documentary, and in her childhood, she was definitely like really weird.
oh,
And there
interesting.
was a lot more, like you said, she does have a more glamorous aura now, but I feel like the sort of weird extraterrestrial Aquarius moon side of her would come out when she would make weird videos with her friends and stuff growing up. It's cute.
Also, like her, I think Call Her Daddy was nothing if not weird, right? That she
Yeah,
like,
no, it was like irreverent. It was weird. It was funny. I wouldn't say it was like,
I never really listened to it, but
yeah, I only listened to, I've only really heard clips.
One of my friends who's a Gen Zer told me something about that podcast that I feel is also very Aquarius, which was like, it was the first time that two women were talking like guys do because it
uh,
was two girls discussing their like sexual exploits.
It
And
made sense it was on Barstool. It was like, think
yeah,
like Barstool for women.
yeah.
which is doesn't exist for a reason, but okay, give me a full.
Okay.
But yeah, so okay, her big three has a sense of humor. Like both Aquarius and Leo are very funny, strong intellect. She's definitely provocateur, ambitious. Aquarius loves to say something like raunchy and out there, but also is just weird like that. So there's that. But also, this is so interesting to me. She's ruled by the sun and Saturn. Leo is the sun, Aquarius is Saturn. And these are the two planets associated with fathers. So Call Her Daddy is perfect for
Oh,
her.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And she's Father Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is because it's
Also,
also like
her followers are Daddy Gang.
Yeah.
gender bending
So
and also
daddy.
being Catholic about it is pretty cool to me. She was born on a full moon. She has a lot of energy, as this is the highest energy point in the lunar cycle. She has good intuition. Because it's the sun opposite the moon and oppositions are about other people, you and other people, it's interfacing, it's communicating with others. So again, reaching a lot of people is perfect for her chart. She's a domicile sun, Mercury in Virgo, domicile Venus in Libra. So she's highly functional and she really is the final girl boss. And then also with the domicile, she has mainstream appeal. So it's perfect again. She was born at the right time. And then her Mars is in the 12th house. So this is where things get a little sticky. And also, that is a good double entendre, to be honest, for Mars in the 12th house. But so Mars in the 12th house is hidden enemies. Her Mars is in fallen Cancer. So people might be extra weird to her. Also, she is sensitive and doesn't know how to handle conflict sometimes. This definitely makes her good at getting guests to open up to her on the podcast because the 12th house is about secrets. Cancer gets people to open up, whether or not they want to also. So I feel like she found a job that works for her, whether for the life that she definitely was going to have either way, right? But there are also still people who want to see her fall, especially combined with her 8th house Saturn in Pisces and 7th house moon, which is ruled by the Saturn in Pisces. In perfection, she's currently in an 8th house Jupiter year. Her natal Jupiter is in Scorpio, the planet or the sign of secrets, and it's conjunct her IC, an extremely personal point in the chart, literally the deepest part of the chart. And her natal Saturn is in Pisces, so it's also activated. She just wrapped up her Saturn return. Saturn's obviously tough and ruthless, especially in the 8th house, because this is like where things are out of her control. And then to top all that off, the eclipse on February 17th was exactly conjunct her natal moon in her 7th house of partnerships.
Interesting. Interesting. What did you mean by the final girl boss?
Oh, I guess you're luckily not on the internet maybe enough because you know how they say the final boss of something? I think it's a video game reference.
Oh, no, I guess I'm not
Yeah.
on the internet.
Like the
You're
last
so cool, honestly, when people don't know
But I'm
shit.
just getting to something here. I can't put my finger on it, but maybe I feel like
Oh,
It's like
love
the
when we get to
last
something.
big thing you have to fight in order to beat the game. So it's like the final
and
boss.
nobody wants a girl boss to succeed.
Yeah.
So this
No
fight is going to
one.
be interesting. All right. So next up, we have Alix Earle. She's a prominent TikTok influencer and internet personality known for her relatable Get Ready With Me content. In February 2020, when she was a freshman at the University of Miami, she began posting on TikTok and really blew up. She was definitely an early adopter of this sort of Get Ready With Me content, of just vlogging in a way that people really wanted to see her.
And 5 years later, Earl was named to the inaugural Time 100 Creators list, which recognized 100 of the most influential digital creators from around the world.
Yes, she was then on Dancing with the Stars. She's a Forbes 30 under 30. She has a scholarship named after her at the University of Miami. She just launched a skincare line. So,
Oh, wow.
what's her birth chart like?
Okay, so will you believe it if she's another fire sign? Because she is. She was born on December 16th, 2000 at 3:33 a.m. in Long Branch, New Jersey. So these are really just two
I
Jersey
forget.
girls
These
fighting.
are two Jersey girls fighting just because they're not
True.
flipping tables like Teresa. Don't let their blonde hair fool you.
Yeah.
She has a Sagittarius sun, a Virgo moon, and a Scorpio rising, and she was born
Ooh.
4 days before an eclipse. This is intense, extreme circumstances. Maybe she's the reincarnation of Jean Bonnet, who also was born on an eclipse. But I'm just spitballing here. So a Sagittarius sun, this is the life of the party, and it's in her second house. The sun's the identity, and the second house is all about assets and what you own and what your resources are.
She is the penultimate party girl.
Oh, yeah. Once you told me that she stays up for 24 hours straight, I was
Yeah,
floored.
she did a series when her friends were like turning 24. It was like 24-hour birthday. And I'm like, it was crazy.
That is so much cooler than which none of us did, but the millennial dirty, what is it, 30, flirty, and thriving.
Ew. I want to
That
talk
was,
about it.
yeah, we don't. Okay.
Move on.
So yeah, so her Sagittarius sun, very fun. Her being fun is her, what's it called?
It's like how
Buttering her
she makes
bread?
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
because she
and
doesn't do anything.
It's her resource. So she basically makes money from being herself, and it makes her a great influencer, I'm sure. And then she also has Mercury in Sagittarius, which is in detriment. She has more planets in detriment than Alex Cooper. So she's a little more different, maybe a little less typically functional, maybe a little more neurodivergent. But yeah, the Mercury in Sagittarius is so funny that it really underscores the Sagittarius tendency to say anything, because Sagittarius truly is just blunt without meaning to be, but also not really trying hard to change that about themselves. It's just a tendency, and it's who they are. And then she also has Pluto and Chiron here. Pluto makes her defensive, Chiron makes her relatable. She's very sensitive, but also likes to help people. But she's the girl in the bathroom at whatever, the club on hour 23, giving people, I don't know, drugs and tissues.
Mhm.
And then her Virgo moon and Scorpio rising are very ambitious. Virgo moon loves to plan, and Scorpio rising is intense, but also very bubbly. And especially bubbly because her chart ruler is Mars in Libra, which is in her 12th house. So both of them have 12th house Mars.
Wow.
Oh.
So they're like maybe each other's hidden enemies, but also they both have a lot of hidden enemies. And she is in a second house Jupiter or second house Sagittarius Jupiter year. So her natal Jupiter is in Gemini, another planet in detriment. So it's an opposition to the Gemini's opposite Sagittarius. So it's also about interfacing relationships. And since her natal Jupiter is in the 8th house, again, it's things out of her control. And then in her second house is her natal sun, Mercury, Chiron, and Pluto. So she's defensive. She's also getting attention, which is the sun. And maybe it's opening up an old wound. Maybe this is something that, I don't know, really calls back to her primordial wound. And then just one more thing is that in June 2025, she had a progressed lunar eclipse, and it's in the progressed full moon stage through August 2028. So this is going to be her and other people. Maybe she gets married. Maybe she has a big fight. Maybe she signs more contracts. Maybe she loses more contracts. It's definitely an intense time for her, for both
I
of
wonder
them.
if that was like, I feel like that sort of started around when her and her long-term boyfriend were breaking up.
Oh, who did she date?
She dated the B-list NFL player. He was on the Miami Dolphins and then moved to Houston. I can't remember his name, but he was
I wouldn't
like
know
a
it anyway.
big part of her content for a
Oh,
long time. So it was like a big-ish deal when they broke up.
I should get into their content. It sounds interesting.
Should you?
I don't know.
It's literally nothing. It's her either putting on her makeup or taking off her makeup and saying vaguely what she did that day.
She'll do like a Coachella vlog. She'll
Yeah.
do things like
Maybe I don't want to get
it's
into
like,
it.
oh my God, we went to someone's yacht after Coachella and it was so fun. And now I'm making a quesadilla. And you're like, okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's boring. to
But
me.
hey, it gets the views. I
Sure.
think because she's like a very pretty, fit, rich girl. So you are interested to see what kind of stuff she's doing.
Yeah.
And she does her makeup really well. So people like
Oh.
watching her put on makeup.
She does. She does.
It seems so get ready with me. I just realized to have all those planets in the second house, watch me get ready, because the second house is so much about getting ready for your
Mm.
resources. So again, she's using like showing how she gets ready, how she prepares. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
because what's the house called when it's building up to the next house? It's like a
Okay.
thing.
It's Succeedant?
Yes. Because isn't that what it is? The second house is you're like,
Becoming the first.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's exceeding the first. Yeah.
yes.
Sorry.
So, yes, so they were friends.
Yes. Alex Cooper created Unwell, which is a media company. A little bit more than that, too. They do live events, they do merch, they do all this stuff. And it produces her own podcast as well as a plethora of other podcasts, including Owen Teal's In Your Dreams, Madeline Argy's Pretty Lonesome. And then, of course, she signed Alix Earle.
And at the time, Cooper said Earl took the US by storm with her Get Ready With Me videos and college lifestyle.
But after Cooper signed Earl, fans started to notice that there might be something going on between them. Earl skipped Unwell's big Super Bowl party in New Orleans. Earl's dad even hinted at the drama by saying he's had to have some hard conversations with people.
Why is
Then-
her dad talking? That's so
I mean,
weird.
she's only like 25. I think probably her parents are involved in
Sure,
some of her
okay.
business dealings.
Yeah,
I just mean, like, why is he talking to the press? But
Yeah, that
again,
is
I
weird.
don't know what anything is. Okay.
because he was on her podcast. I think she was like
Oh.
interviewing him on her podcast. And when I was like talking to some of my younger Gen Z friends about this who are more involved in the drama, they said the belief is that Alix Earle's contract was like $1 million for this podcast. And her dad, who now is more acting as her manager or is her manager now, was like, that's not enough money for her. Basically, like she signed this contract and then was like mad that she signed it because she wasn't getting enough money. And her dad was like, why did you sign that? You're not getting paid enough.
Oh.
Which I feel like if anyone, and this is just my own bias, but I feel like if anyone has watched her Get Ready With Me videos, it's like clearly the part you're watching is the visuals. You're not interested in her storytelling because she's not good at it.
Yes, it was
That's
clear that
Sagittarius Mercury.
it was clear that
Makes
the
so much sense.
podcast was not her. It was not her medium. Let's
Yes.
just
Okay.
put it that way. I don't think she's meant to be a podcaster.
Yeah, she's meant to be like a TikToker. You see her on
Right.
video,
A lot
you
of
watch her.
Podcasters are also visual, but she wasn't. Even just watching her talk was still a lot more boring than what her TikTok and other content was. So I don't think it was a super well received podcast.
Interesting.
Yes. Then Variety reported that Unwell had dropped Earl's Hot Mess podcast, which was
When you say Unwell, the network Unwell dropped a hot mess podcast. What did they expect? Also,
Yeah.
Unwell was started in summer 2023 when Venus was retrograde in Leo, where Alex has her rising and her sun. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah.
Everybody, when they dropped it, everybody was like, what's happening? Because that's your biggest podcast on the network, basically. It's strange that you would drop it. But Earl hopped on TikTok and said, there's been a lot of chatter online this week about me and work. I have no idea what's going on. But she says she's pausing her podcast for the foreseeable future and she can't get into the details.
And Cooper denies that she's the reason that Alex is no longer doing her podcast. Cooper said Earl owns her IP. She can do whatever she wants with the Hot Mess podcast.
And a source says of the two that they've had a lot of drama between them since they decided to collaborate on Unwell. They clashed over business and their friendship is over because of it.
Yes. So these gals were friends. They were business partners, but they're definitely not that anymore. So let's take a look at their synastry.
So something that's insane is that their angles are exactly conjunct. So they're just
Oh.
in different signs. Earl's midheaven and IC are conjunct Cooper's ascendant and descendant respectively at 17 degrees. And then Earl's ascendant and descendant are conjunct Cooper's IC and midheaven respectively. This is huge. I was thrilled. Big factors are at play are that Earl's ascendant is conjunct Cooper's IC. So the ascendant is like who you are. It's your personality. It's the point that's most personal in a chart. And the IC is deeply personal. It's who you are when you're alone. So it's very under wraps, very secretive. It's hidden things. So because Earl's ascendant is conjunct the IC, it's great for getting personal together and maybe feeling like you knew each other in a past life. But in this case, it's definitely hard for Alix Cooper, since it's her IC, to not take things personally, or things are personal, but it could be both. Especially her Mars in Cancer makes it so that probably both are true, especially because Mars in Cancer rules that IC. And Earl's Uranus in Aquarius is conjunct Cooper's descendant. So this is wild too. This is unpredictable partnerships, whirlwind relationships, like maybe having so much fun with someone, literally going out with someone, having the time of your life, or best friends, and then all of a sudden a person just slips on you, you never see it coming, and you feel like an idiot. You're forever changed. And now you're making TikToks. And then Earl's moon is also conjunct Cooper's Mercury and in an out of sign conjunction with her sun. So the moon is base reactions. It's primal, really. And it's an extremely personal part of the chart. It's your homeostasis. So Alex Cooper gets they get under each other's skins is really what it comes down to. And also they share a destiny with these angles being conjunct. There's a lot going on. Plus, Earl also has Neptune in Alex Cooper's seventh house, which just like she does not know what she's getting into, to be honest.
Oh,
But
damn.
yeah. And then Earl's Saturn is in Cooper's 10th house. So Earl might be bad for Cooper. She's learning a lesson about how to be a businesswoman for sure.
Yeah. I think Alex Cooper thought of like maybe their friendship or
Their synergy.
signing her to the podcast. It's like she's taking Earl under her wing and like mentoring her, but I don't really think Earl wanted any of that. And I
That's
think
so
Alex
interesting.
probably didn't really like that. She didn't want to follow in her foot.
That makes perfect sense with the astrology because Earl's midheaven, her career, her public persona is conjunct Cooper's ascendant. So Cooper naturally guides her. Also, like literally, Cooper walked so Earl could run in terms of being a famous blonde woman.
Yeah.
The first two
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. I don't really think I don't know if this whole thing is as salacious as it, but it's getting there. And that's where I don't know if the drama was as drama when they parted ways, but I feel like now it's really turning into something. So obviously we could get to that, but I think that's maybe one of the reasons why they drifted apart.
I think it might have been pretty drama. It was Cooper's Saturn return. There's some crazy astrology going on.
Oh, yeah. Like some people, Dave Portnoy, who we'll get into later, he basically said that Alix Earle is already like a big star. Typically, when you're starting a podcast network, you want to have younger talent that you help build, and then they're helping you build because then they like stay with your network and they bring people to it. And then they're like down to do all the promo stuff. Alix Earle has been an influencer that literally, no offense to her, because making content and editing it is annoying and takes a lot of time, but like she's just going out and like getting drunk at club space every night and then talking about it the next day. Like she has never had to have a boss. And it's like,
I mean, but she's already making a ton of money.
yeah. And she's
So,
making
like,
a bunch of money.
if
So
her
Her way
if
works for her.
If her
Yeah.
dad thought $1 million was a shit deal for her podcast, clearly she could make an easy $1 million elsewhere. And podcasting, as we know, is a little bit, it takes a lot more work than you guys think. It's just talking into a microphone, right? You have to, you have to do a little bit of research. You have to do interviews. More goes into it than just turning on a mic and talking to the screen, which I don't know that Earl was prepared for.
Yes.
Interesting. I really want to watch her now because I almost shot in for anyway. Although I do support both of them. I want them both to succeed.
We don't love the girl on girl hate, but we'll get to where it
And
is
yet
now.
we do.
And yet we do. And yet everyone's living for this.
It's true. Because whenever someone would ask Alix Earle what happened, she would cryptically respond. She had an interview with the Wall Street
Scorpio
Journal.
rising ass.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, no, she is being so Scorpio rising right now. She told the Wall Street Journal that was behind the scenes a little bit of a hot mess talking about working for the Unwell Network. She responded to a commenter who wrote, "Tell us what happened with Alex Cooper. Thank you." And she said, "How much time do you have?"
Awkward.
Cooper then responded with a scintillated post that featured the song Circus by Britney Spears, which is a song that Earl danced to on Dancing with the Stars, which people thought was the IG version of a subtweet.
Earl then continues to repost TikToks calling out Alex Cooper for being a bad interviewer, which eventually led Alex Cooper to breaking her silence and calling out Alix Earle in a TikTok.
Yes. So Cooper said, and we quote, "Hey girl, with passive aggressive reposts and the likes and the commenting on things, I've got to call you out here. You're going to need to get specific and just say what you've got to say about me. There's no NDA, no one's stopping you. Stop hiding behind other people and just say it yourself, and tagged Alix Earle.
Just that
Whoa.
was it. It was
The
just a
gloves
tag at her.
were off. And then TikTok freaked out.
Yeah, so what was going on when Alex Cooper made this TikTok, Dana?
Okay, this was April 13th. This was April 13th, 2026, and it was posted at, I think, 7:25 a.m. I found a place you could put the link in, and it tells you what time it was posted, and it
Wow,
said, I know.
sleuthing.
It said 2:25 p.m. Universal Time. So that would put that at 7:25 a.m. if she was in Los Angeles. And this chart has a sun in Aries, a moon in Pisces, and a Taurus rising. And also Venus is rising in Taurus, which is very much don't step on what's mine, needing to protect yours. And we're at the final days of Uranus in Taurus too. So it's savagely trying to claim what's yours. But also Taurus gets so hurt when they actually let someone in. But anyway, so the sun's in Aries, the moon's in Pisces, it's Taurus rising, very sensy, very also pretty cool. The moon is conjunct the north node. Never a good time to do something unless you very much planned it out, because when the moon is with the nodes, it's extreme, it's unpredictable, you're obsessed, basically. And then there's this super angry Aries stellium. It's the sun conjunct Chiron, the planet of wounds. It's Mars, the planet of fighting, conjunct Neptune, the planet of not knowing what's going on. And also Saturn, the planet in Aries, this is so Saturn in Aries, actually. It's a great example of what Saturn in Aries is, because I feel like Alix Cooper, although, again, she's another person I like I don't know anything about her and I don't really want to know. I'm not going to learn much. I just like her vibes. I feel like she seems generally controlled.
Yeah.
And Saturn, I watched the TikTok a good 4 times, especially just to watch the end of it, because she did this weird, uncomfortable fake laugh that anyway. So all these Aries planets are very flustered. And then with Saturn in Aries, it's like not being able to hold in the anger. You just have to go for it. And then probably feeling a little silly afterwards. And when she does it in front of millions of people. So
No, it
thanks
is
for her.
like this chart we're saying something. Jupiter's in Cancer in the 3rd house, but then it's Pisces. The Pisces moon is in the 11th. So it's like people, your fans, your followers, you're talking, you're being aggressive, but at the same time, very vague, because you're like, just say it, but like you're not really getting into what is the thing.
It's also so funny to be like, say it to my face on TikTok. Yeah. But also, and even the midheaven of this chart is in Capricorn. The midheaven's like the public display, like the action. And it's ruled by that Saturn in Aries in the 12th house. So it's like telling a secret, but mostly just seeming really mad instead of getting any information across, which also has to do with Mercury being in Pisces in the 11th house with the North Node and the moon. So it's very emotional to the audience. The audience sees the emotion and what's bubbling underneath. But yeah, it's also, again, just handling business in public. She's just feeling so cornered for sure. Okay, so this translates to Alix Cooper's chart. Her moon is in the perfected sign, so she's in a Pisces year. The moon's in Pisces. It's with the North Node, the planet of fate, intensity, and it's with Mercury, planet of communication. And Mercury in Pisces, it doesn't, again, just like Sarah said, they're beautiful, they're poets, but they're not clear communicators generally. Or at least that's not the archetype of that placement. And then also the North Node and the moon are conjunct her natal Saturn in her 8th house. So she just feels it's like deeply psychological for her. No doubt. She for sure talked to her therapist about it. The 8th house is what you talk to your therapist about. And then the South Node is in her 2nd house of personal possessions, which she owns on wealth and like all of her assets. And it's conjunct her natal Mercury again. So like getting this message across because it's so deeply personal. And like it feels like I think she feels like someone's coming after her shit. And then Venus is conjunct her natal South Node. So there's a lot of South Node energy going on. And it's like in her 10th house of publicity, of posting on TikTok. So again, this is also calling back to the past. Maybe it's their influencers, which is very Venus and Taurus. They're like rich. And whether or not they work hard, they seem like they have easy lives. Or like they have lives that like other people covet. And then looking at Alix Earle's transits, the South Node is conjunct her natal moon. And it's in her 11th house of audience and friendships. And that's no good. In terms like this, maybe I don't know, like this, is she being exposed or is it like she didn't see this coming? And then Pluto is conjunct her natal Neptune in her 4th house. So this is getting to the root of her. This is like just the beginning of a long, strange Pluto ride that she's on, because she also has Venus and her IC in Aquarius. So yeah, for the next like few years, I think you can expect some strange interactions with other people for her because with Pluto on her natal Venus, Venus rules her seventh house of relationships, which includes romantic and like business contracts. And then then transiting Uranus and Taurus is conjunct her natal Saturn in her seventh house, which again is like this, it's Taurus. So it's like wanting to protect your stuff. And then also it's Uranus shaking shit up in her seventh house of partners. And then finally, Jupiter is on her north node in Cancer in her ninth house. So I don't know if she's winning the public debate, but
Yeah, she is. Like,
okay, so
people
that makes
basically
sense.
don't even know, at least the side of TikTok I am on, like, people don't even know what happened, and they're very, like, pro Alix Earle over Alex Cooper.
Interesting. There's a lot of Alex Cooper is about to have an insane year. Honestly,
Mhm.
she should buy a reading from me. So the upcoming eclipses that hit her chart, the August 12th one is conjunct her natal ascendant. It's a solar eclipse on her ascendant. So this is going to be maybe her in the spotlight in a way she doesn't understand. Maybe it calls back to Unwell because Unwell is so Leo. It's was founded during Leo season with Venus retrograde in Leo. And also remember that was the season where all the celebrities broke up. And then August 28th, 2026, that eclipse is conjunct her natal Saturn. That's in her eighth house. So this could be someone coming after her money. And then February 6th, 2027, it could also be like, maybe something with her relationship, like her marriage, but it could be, it's other people's money or other people trying to take her money. February 6th, 2027, it's exactly conjunct her natal ascendant. Again, bringing up partners, romantic, business, or otherwise. Also, it could just be like client or not for her. It's her gets on her podcast for sure. And then February 20th, 2027, there is a lunar eclipse conjunct her natal Mercury in her second house. So again, second house is money. Mercury is communications. I get why she has so much anxiety. And then the nodes are entering her first and seventh house. The south node enters her first house, and the north node enters her seventh house on July 26, 2020, this July. So July 26, 2026. And then from there on, that'll also be it could just be her marriage. It could be partnerships across the board, but partnerships will be like very much in focus for her, no doubt. And then finally, Venus retrogrades in Scorpio and then in Libra this fall, along with Mercury. So Venus and Mercury will both be retrograde in Scorpio at the same time. And she has her Jupiter, her IC, her North Node, and her Pluto all in Scorpio in her fourth house. So it's just hidden things, it's secrets. Maybe people are coming after her. It could be also just about her home. Maybe her home, I don't know, maybe someone breaks in, maybe someone steals from her. But I think it seems like secrets coming out, especially because her natal Mars, which rules her Scorpio fourth house, is in her 12th house of secrets and hidden things. Accusations, I would say.
There's a lot of ghosts swirling right now.
Really? I feel bad for her. I don't know why.
That's the thing. It's like when you give people an inch, they take a mile, right? So it's like she was calling out Alix Earle specifically, but now by Alix Earle staying silent, like she has not directly commented back as of the recording of this podcast.
She commented something though, right?
She commented on it and then posted a video of her friend showing her the video, but she has come online, done a take or whatever. People think it's either she's just letting Alex Cooper take the heat. She has a new Netflix show coming out soon, so people think maybe the response will be on the Netflix show.
Wait, is it a reality show?
I think it's a reality show of some sort.
Yeah, I think it's of her and her family.
But I think in doing this, Cooper has given a lot of people a little bit of room to just jump in there. And there's been a lot of accusations made that have nothing to do with Alix Earle. It's, Unwell is a terrible place to work. There's just a lot of accusations.
Which, I mean, of course is. It's called Unwell. It's cursed.
People are, I don't know. People are just coming out of the woodwork. People just needed an excuse to be like a part of this. And a lot of people have come forward to try to explain what may happen between the two of them. But again, a lot of people are just coming forward to talk shit. Like Sarah said Dave Portnoy weighed in and about her being a little bit too big when she was signed to Unwell. They had some drama over the same PR person, some kind of Carl's Jr. commercial that Alix Earle got to star in instead of Alex.
Are they still doing Carl's Jr. commercials with girls on the car? That's so funny.
And then people like Brianna Chicken Fry. I don't know why she's weighing in, but
I get bad vibes from her.
I don't get great vibes from her.
Well-
She had thoughts about Cooper being a mean girl.
Yeah, because the girl that she did a podcast with that she had a falling out with, I think is on Unwell. And she was like signed to
Oh.
Unwell.
Oh, so that's also okay. So
Interesting.
it's so interesting because what you're saying makes so much sense for her having her Mars and Cancer in her 12th house because she taking action, she can really alienate herself by taking action. So she has to be careful. And then people just want her to fail. She has the richest podcaster woman.
It's like everyone's trying to take down the
But
girl
also-
boss.
Also, I
Yeah.
found the sentence that I was thinking about earlier. It's this is my favorite sentence I've read about all this. Cooper's message to Earl, 25, comes after the latter posted a TikTok video in which the user compares Cooper to an ambulance chaser, also calling her, the podcaster, a Grim Reaper.
Oh my God.
Ambulance chaser and a Grim Reaper is so funny.
Oh, yeah, because the person, I watched that TikTok, the person was basically saying that Alix Cooper has all these people on her podcast that are going through a hard time, but it's not because she wants to help them. It's because they're
That's
treating.
some Gen Z bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, it's
To
not
be
her job
honest.
to help them. What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think
Have
a
a boundary?
journalist
You need a
does?
boundary. It'd be so crazy. Oh, I'm gonna
No.
call him.
No,
Therapy.
truly.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, all Alix has done so far is drop footage of herself watching Alix Cooper's TikTok call out, but she has not responded. So
Oh
we'll
my,
just
that's
have
so
to
shady.
see when she does. I feel like if she responded, it would be like, oh, I was getting paid a lot and I wanted to be paid more. What
I
are
would
you gonna
respect
say?
that, but
It's almost like the drama isn't as big as everyone thinks it is, but she's letting Cooper take the heat on this for other things and deflecting. And then it's also creating a lot of buzz for her Netflix show.
Yeah.
So I
insane.
don't know. I don't know if it's her Scorpio rising or her PR team that's just lay low, see what happens. But yeah, it's like I do feel like basically what you said, Dana, about Alix Cooper's year, it's going to be a tough one for her to navigate.
Oh yeah, not just this one, the next maybe
Right.
2 or so.
The next couple of years. Look, she's done a lot.
But she's an ambulance chaser and she's the Grim Reaper. She'll come out on top. Mars and Cancer is the ambulance chaser, and then the Grim Reaper is her Pluto or her Saturn in the 8th house.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens with this drama. This industry between them is crazy. But yeah, with that, I'm Elise,
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sarah.
and this is Allegedly Astrology.
Bye.